going, guys? Welcome to another video. It's Axel Williams here, and we're talking today about the worst. Now, I know I made a video about The Room. This film is 10 times worse than The Room. This is
the worst movie of all time.
Now, I genuinely believe the following movie I'm about to talk about is the worst movie of all time. It is called Birdemic. And believe me, guys, when I say that the special effects in this film, the acting in this film, and the overall film itself is an absolute joke. Here is the story for said film. A horde of mutated birds descends upon the quiet town of Half Moon Bay, California. As the death toll rises, two citizens manage to fight back, but will they survive? Birdemic. Now, as far as movies go, and particularly as far as bad movies go, it doesn't get much worse than Birdemic. Now, I'm just going through the cast members of this film right now, and let me be honest with you. You know, you've kind of got a lot of faces here where I just wonder what these people were doing prior to being in this film. You know, I wonder how it came about that these selected cast members ended up in this film. I'm just looking at, I think his name's Alan Beige. Alan Beige. I'm just wondering what he was doing before he was being called up for this film. Catherine Batcher, Tippahedron. Sounds like some kind of something you'd learn in maths, isn't it? English. One or the other. Look at the birds. What is that? What the hell is that thing? What are those? What are those? It looks like you'd type in bird on your emoji page on your phone, and that is what would come up. If I typed in bird on my emoji page when I'm sending a text, I think one of these birds would come up. I think they used an emoji bird for the killer birds in this movie. Birdemic, shock and terror. Birdemic, shock and terror. Watch the trailer. The shock and terror, we most certainly experienced that as the people watching this film. And on this page, I've just actually gone on a separate page prior to this. It actually came up as horror thriller. On the main Google page, it comes up as horror romance. Romance? What? Is there actually some romance? Is there actually a love story in the middle of this absolute garbage movie? I mean, this film looks absolutely... Hold the phone right now. I have just typed in Birdemic to see how many sequels there are to this movie. We've got Birdemic 2010, Shock and Terror. We've got Birdemic 2, The Resurrection. Oh dear. And we've got Birdemic 3, Sea Eagle. Sea Eagle. And what is it when I look for a potential further Birdemic film? There's talk of Birdemic 4, The Garden of Paradise. I'm starting to get concerned. But what is that? Look at that. And, oh my. Emoji Bird's back. Emoji Bird is back. And I can understand this is a cheap budget film. It probably was made by a bunch of friends who just found a camera in the attic and thought, let's make a movie. But, you know, surely they could do better than that. Surely they could do better than whatever that thing is on your screen right now. That is an insult to God himself. Probably hitting home now, the fact, guys, as well, that Birdemic did not have a good budget. Birdemic, Shock and Terror had a $10,000 US budget. Now, I'm sorry, James Negrian. I'm not racist, I promise. Listen, James, I spent 1,600 British pound on my computer. And I'm not lying, guys. There is free software that you can get. Free editing software that you can get in which you can create much better special effects than what we saw in Birdemic. But it's funny how these terrible films, these atrocious films get so much of a mention, you know. A lot of people do actually know about Birdemic, and it's simply because of how bad it is. It's funny how a film can be so bad that it becomes such a popular name. I don't quite understand how that works, but, you know, maybe I should just deliberately make bad YouTube videos. But no, guys, Birdemic, Shock and Terror. Is that what it's called? It was Shock and Terror, wasn't it? Guys, believe me, the shock is when you see the film. The terror is the fact that you look at how long's left in the film and there's still an hour and a half left. that's kind of where you stand at the start of this movie. That's where the shock and terror comes from. And yes, there's going to be 4 of them apparently. There's going to be a 4th one coming out. If you have seen the movie, put it in the comments below what you think, or if you even remember it. If you haven't seen it for a long time, or if you've only ever seen clips of it, let me know in the comments. You know, is it the worst movie? I know I did it about The Room. I made a video previously about The Room being the worst movie of all time, but I think this might actually beat it. I think Birdemic, Shock and Terror actually beats The Room. Yes, guys, anyway, subscribe to the channel and, of course, like the video if you don't mind as well. Guys, thank you ever so much, and I will see you very soon for another interesting video about certain things. I don't know what yet. But, guys, take care of yourself. I'll speak soon. Bye-bye.